Hey everyone, welcome back to another week of weekly pickups of your host, Polish Gaming. So this whole bundle this week is brought to you by Guy Rainey from NZ Retro. Absolutely legend, absolute legend for letting me pay this one off. So this is another bundle I've been paying off for a little while. First one here is Big Mother Truckers. Now this is $20, and this on the dealer meter this week is 2 out of 5. Sits at $16.56. Yeah, pretty crack up on this one. A bit of a Big Mother Truckers 2, Truck Me Harder. It's pretty crack up. Next one here is Cars 2 for the Xbox 360, and that is a classics version. That one I got for $20, and it sits at a 2.5 out of 5 because it sits at $18.46. To be honest, with this week's one, you'll probably actually find a little bit of a pattern emerge in that I'm probably got everything a little bit overpriced, but it's pretty all good condition, so I'm pretty stoked with that one there. Next one here is Fallout 3, The Pit and Operation Anchorage. Now, that one there is $15, and it sits at a 3 out of 5 because it sits at $18.28. So not too bad. That's a 2 DLC pack for that one. Oh, I have to actually clean that up. I thought I actually cleaned that up. Oh, look at that. I can just wipe it off. Done. No, that's actually still filthy. I'm going to clean that up. Now, next one here is going on to the PS2. Now, this is a PS2 from here on out. So the first one here is Alien Hominid, which is $35, and that is on the dealer meter a 2.5 out of 5 because it sits at $32.41. Pretty close to the other one. Didn't actually realize when I bought this one, it's got a little bit of almost like it's been watered. I'll show you on this. See? It's almost like it's mold, and it goes right through. I thought it was part of the actual title, but it's not. So this one here will be on the lookout for an upgrade. So hopefully I can get it cheaper and then sell this one off, and then kind of, in a sense, make be in the clear with it in terms of cash wise. Next one here is Cabalist Dangerous Hunts. Now, this one here was $10, and it sits at a 2.5 out of 5 because that sits at $10.60. Pretty much bang on the money for that one. There's a lot of Cabalist games. They're actually quite fun, to be honest. Next one here is Chicken Little. Now, this one here, it sits at $15 that I purchased it for, and it sits at a 2 out of 5 on the dealer meter because it sits at $8.59. Pretty, yeah, I mean, if that was a $10 game, it would have been better, but not too great, to be honest. This one is actually a pretty interesting one. CY Girls. Now, CY Girls I bought for $50, and that sits at a 4 out of 5, almost a 5 out of 5 on the dealer meter this week because it sits at $83.56. Interesting game by the looks of things. Dual disc. Yeah, who's it made by? Oh, it's Konami. Okay, but that explains probably why it's got value to it. Konami tend to do some pretty hype titles. Next one here is Delta Force Black Hawk Down Team Saber. Now, this one here I purchased for $5, and it sits at a 3 out of 5 on the dealer meter because it sits at $11.62. Not a bad one. Some of these ones I did get a little gain a little bit on, but not really much. They were pretty much a lot of them overpriced. That's how it is. Next one here is Fahrenheit. This is a 2 out of 5, and this sits at because it sits at $12.64 on price charting. Next one here is Family Board Games. Wow, $15 I paid for this one. It sits at a 2 out of 5 because it sits at $11.71. This game I feel like should have only been really a $5 game, but it is what it is. A lot of this was actually equated down, calculated because I actually got it all and it worked out to be like $385. And so I was like, would you take $350, post it? So a lot of this has been equated down. There is one in here that I actually forgot to put in. So it was $25 that I purchased it for. But with it equated down, I kind of made it in to what it should be. So, yeah, interesting though. But pretty goody. This one was $15, and it sits at a 2 out of 5 because that is $10.88. It's a little bit hard to read. Sorry, I've made my writing really small this week. I don't know why. I think I should actually just kind of type it out on and then print it. I think it might work a little bit better if I do that because then I can actually read the writing. I just can't read my own writing because I'm that shocking. Next one here is Hidden Invasion. Now, this one I bought for $10, and it sits at a 2 out of 5 on dealer meter because it sits at $10.84. Sorry. No, I didn't purchase it for 10. I purchased it for 20. Ugh. That's why it's 2 out of 5. So it sits at a $10.84. So pretty much nearly half price of what I paid for it. Next one here is Jet Ski Riders. Now, this one I paid $25 for, and that sits at a 2 out of 5. Due to the fact it's $11.19. Yeah, I definitely overpaid for a lot of these games. PS2 seems to kind of, people don't really want to sell off PS2 games for $5, so they tend to kind of do $5 games at 10 and $10 games at 20. It can be a bit annoying. This one, when it actually came up on the barcode scanner, came up as a Wave Runner game. Really weird. So And it even had the whole title change, Wave Runner. So I'm guessing in America that is different. Next one here is Kessin 2. Now, this one I didn't actually have on my list here, so I've kind of equated it down and made it. So it's basically, I paid $15 for it. It sits at a 2 out of 5 because it sits at $10.97. Not too bad. I remember hiring out Kessin one time thinking this game looks so awesome. The trailer looked awesome, to realize it's one of those kind of tactics, not tactics, like a Dynasty Warriors kind of game, but still very tactical, like very tactical. So not a big fan. Next one here is LMA Manager 2005. Now, the LMA Manager here is $10, and that was $2.5 out of 5 because that sits at $10.67. Not too bad. Pretty on the money with it there. That's so trippy. It's got a line right across the case. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Weird. Next one here is MTV Pimp My Ride. Now, this one I paid $25 for, and this one sits at a 1.5 out of 5 because it's $13.05. Also, what makes this even more sadder, sadly, that game don't work. So rather than actually take it back, it's not worth too much. I'm just going to send it to Sam and see if we can skim that up. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll take that as a loss. There are 2 games that didn't work. One was heavily scratched, so that should fix, but the MTV Pimp My Ride, the other one wasn't actually that scratched. Time Splitters, which coming up. So next one here is Robot Wars Arenas of Destruction. Now, this is a $20 game that purchased for it. It's a 1.5 out of 5 again because it sits at $7.62. It's a Robot Wars game. It shouldn't have been anywhere in the region of $20. It should have been maybe a $10 or a $5 game, but it is what it is. Next one here is Star Trek Shattered Universe. Now, this one here I paid $20 for, and it sits at a 2 out of 5 because it's $16.25. Really hasn't been a good week for me in terms of you know, not making money, but trying to pay what the games are worth, not more than the games are worth. So yeah. And last one here is Time Splitters 2. Now, that one I paid $20 for, and it sits at a 2 out of 5 because it's $12.18. This is also the one that didn't work, but this was the one that looked mint, so I don't think that one's going to work. But that's all right. I'll take the hit on those. But other than that, the only one that didn't work was MTV Pimp My Ride, and that one looked absolutely scratched to death. So that is all of my places. I've got quite a lot this week, actually. I think I've got over... actually, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 PS2 titles, and 2 Xbox 360 and 1. So that's not too bad. But other than that, that's me for this week. And stay tuned for everything else. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you bring that notification bell so you get notified on all my videos. And until then, see you guys later. Have a good day.